Many people know the story of Abdo or Dopa, a League of Legends prodigy who is widely believed to be the greatest of all time. Although he was never able to make a professional debut due to past misconduct, his solo queue achievements have allowed him to garner a fanbase of millions who revere his skill at the game. Having a shot at greatness taken away isn't exclusive to Dopa, however. On the other side of the planet lies a player who has hit rank 1 multiple times but was never allowed the chance to go pro due to behavioral issues. This is the story of Tarzaned. Contrary to popular belief, Tarzan wasn't always a rank 1 level player. In fact, when he first started playing the game, he wasn't even a jungle main. Tarzan began playing League in Season 2. Just like most players new to the game, he tried out every role in Champion to discover what he liked. The first role he mained was top, and he would primarily play Elise with TP and Ignite. It took a season of experimentation before he settled with jungle and decided to dedicate all his efforts towards learning the role. Up until Season 5, Tarzan improved significantly, climbing all the way from Platinum to Diamond 1. He played the game often, but didn't take ranking up very seriously since he would dedicate most of his time to boosting lower ranked players to make money on the side. He was a part of several different boosting sites at the time, and would take private orders as well, however few people knew of him. Then, everything changed. To maintain interest in a game as popular as League of Legends, every year a certain component of the MOBA is overhauled. Season 4 introduced a new set of jungle items to spice up the jungle meta, Season 5 introduced a new map, and Season 6 introduced a new ranking system. Prior to 2016, when queuing up for ranked, players were limited to either a solo or duo experience. To change things, Riot implemented a system known as Dynamic Queue, which removed this restriction. Players were now able to queue up as up to a full 5-man pre-made. While most players were busy making Reddit threads and writing articles about why this was such an awful change, Tarzan was using it to his advantage. At the time, jungle was the most overpowered role in the game. Jungle camps gave so much gold and experience that good junglers who knew how to farm efficiently would get insurmountable leads over the enemy and allow them to solo carry games. Tarzan used the combination of the jungle role's carry potential as well as dynamic queue to play with premates that would adhere to his carry playstyle. He knew that even if the enemy was ganking a lot early, as long as he farmed their camps as well as his, he could solo win games by just locking in graves and full clearing every game. Tarzan spent the first part of the season taking boost orders from a wide variety of websites and Skype groups. A few months into the season, he started to notice that he was able to complete every order no matter the elo range. Whether it was a boost from Platinum 4 to Platinum 3, or one from Diamond 1 to Masters, Tarzan was able to finish every job effortlessly. Upon coming to the realization that he could climb to the top of the ladder if he tried, Tarzan decided to dedicate the second part of the season to trying to climb as high as possible. One of the main reasons that the Challenger rank became so hard to attain in Season 6 was because for the first time, players who ended the season with a Challenger rank were to be given gifts from Riot. The top 200 players were given a jacket, and those in the top 10 were given a medallion. This drove high-low competition to new heights, since everyone was vying for a Challenger spot in order to secure physical rewards. With a level of competition this fierce, being a player that was able to reach the top of the ladder with ease wasn't something that went unnoticed. Tarzan would consistently solo carry games at the highest levels. No matter his opponent, he would 1v9 his way to victory. Tarzan possessed a level of skill that no one in NA had ever seen before, and due to his mechanical ability, many people in the League community were urging Tarzan to start live streaming so they could learn from him and mimic his gameplay. As a result, Tarzan started his first stream on May 23rd, 2016. Like with all streamers, Tarzan had to work his way up from the bottom. Even though he started with 0 followers just like every other Twitch streamer, so much hype was built around him that his first stream peaked 44 viewers after just 2 hours. By having stream titles flexing his Challenger rank, Tarzan was able to attract many new viewers every stream. His view count and follow count rose steadily, and after 1 month of inconsistent streams, he was already averaging 1 to 200 viewers. After hitting rank 1 in September of 2016, his view count rose exponentially. By holding the spot at the top of the ladder for the last 2 months of the season, Tarzan went from peaking 300 viewers to hitting 1500 without a host. In an industry like live streaming, being able to make unprecedented growth like this while having a very infrequent and inconsistent stream schedule was unheard of. For the next year, Tarzan started to involve himself more in the realm of content creation. Throughout Season 7, he started to stream more, going from an average of 6.75 to 9 live streams a month. He also started to post more on YouTube, where he would document his climb in his series titled Reclaiming Rank 1. In April of 2017, Tarzan took a step back from everything. The reason he initially started streaming was not to make a living off of it, but rather show everyone that he was the best player in the region. He noticed that the route he was going down was that of the typical content creator, and he didn't like that he was prioritizing money and fame over skill at the game. After releasing his Twitter statement, Tarzan decided that it was time to go pro. Since being drafted by one of the big teams like Cloud9 or TSM wasn't an option due to his negative reputation, the only possibility was to work his way up to the top. The North American League of Legends Challenger Series, or NACS, was, at the time, the second highest level of professional play. Every player who was rated in the top of the solo queue ladder was eligible to join the summer qualifiers and compete for a spot among other aspiring pros. Tarzan joined a team called Loyal Till Familian, where, joined by Alarim, Kadril, Pinoy, and Lopali, he made his professional debut. While everything seemed to be going well, the honeymoon phase did not last very long. After a frustrating play in one of their scrims, Tarzan disconnected and was shortly after replaced by Nintendo X. The dreams of competing on the world stage were dead. Although he would never be able to conquer League of Legends as a world-class player, taking over the scene as a content creator was well within the realm of possibility. Since making money professionally wasn't an option anymore, Tarzan spent the rest of the season focusing on his Twitch and YouTube in order to try and make a living off of playing his favorite game. Through consistency, he was able to hit anywhere between 2,000 to 4,000 viewers on all his streams, and his YouTube channel would rake in 50 to 100,000 views a video. While achieving the spot at the top of the NA ladder didn't seem to be a challenge, there was still one thing that no other player in League of Legends history had managed to do: bring an account from unranked to master with no losses. To accomplish such a feat, Tarzan would need to find a duo who was up to the task in both level of skill and in commitment. After a careful consideration, he chose Rez, a high challenger Kennen one-trick who was one of North America's most notorious boosters. Since most of the players in NA didn't like Tarzan because of his toxic attitude, he knew that if people knew that the account which he would use for the climb, named AstroGod99, was him, he would get inted and lose several games. To prevent this, he only climbed the account off-stream, and whenever anyone would ask, he would tell them it was Spica, another high-level solo queue jungler. After several weeks, the challenge was completed. With a score of 56 wins, 0 losses, Tarzan and Rez managed to hit Master Tier without dropping a single game. The two players would stomp every game so hard that of the 56 games, only 3 went past 30 minutes. Tarzan went on to climb the account past Masters without a duo, and was able to bring the account to Challenger with a win rate of 91%, having only lost 8 games out of 89. No other player on any region had ever managed such an impressive display. After proving that he was undoubtedly the best player in North America, Tarzan decided to set his sights on Korea, the region that is widely regarded as the most competitive, where he would finally be able to put his skills to the test. After several unexpected delays, Tarzan arrived in Korea and was ready to begin his journey. Whether it be because of little planning or behavioral issues, Tarzan was not able to get a Korean account from Riot. Because of this, he had to buy accounts that would inevitably end up getting banned for account sharing. With an 8-0 score, GRF Tarzaned placed silver for 17 LP. He played on the account for a little while and managed to get it to diamond before it got banned. Since he hadn't yet played against any of the top level Korean players, Tarzan decided to buy another account, this time playing under the summoner name WE Mystic. He got this account to Masters from Unranked with a 36-9 score, or win rate of 80%, and even managed to peak 470 LP, which was top 50 at the time. And all this was done in less than a week. He managed to take wins versus both Apto and Faker, and even destroyed Korea's rank 1 jungler at the time. After this account got banned for being shared, Tarzan decided to conclude the Korean trip. Having proven himself as one of the best players in the world, he went back to North America, where he eventually hit rank 1 again. Season 9 was a roller coaster. Although he was unable to hit rank 1 for the first season in 3 years, it's what happened outside of NA solo queue that made this year so memorable. Every year, before Worlds happens, professional players from across the globe bootcamp in one region to prove that they're the best. In 2019, they chose EU West. Tarzan saw this as another opportunity to prove himself as one of the greatest, and so, once the bootcamp started, he took a trip to Europe, where he spent a month grinding the ladder. Tarzan played almost 300 games and ended his adventure with a 60% win rate. Although he didn't hit Challenger, he was able to face off and win against players like Tarzan, who is Korea's rank 1 player and jungler. Upon returning to North America, Tarzan spent a month playing solo queue before his world was changed forever. 3 words not only propelled Tarzan into becoming one of the top League streamers, but also changed the perception of him within the entire League of Legends community. Shadow Dogs Unleashed. Twitch Rivals is a competition hosted by Twitch in conjunction with a company to bring together all of the top content creators of a given game in a competitive tournament that lasts over the span of a few days. Boxbox, I'm a Cutie Pie, Tyler1, Yasuo, Shifter, TF Blade, SRO, and Nightblue were all captains who drafted the teams that would compete in the first ever Twitch Rivals League of Legends tournament. Tyler1 drafted Tarzan in the first round, and went on to pick up Adrian Riven for top, Soligo for mid, and X Special to support him in the bot lane. And thus, Shadow Dogs Unleashed was born. Everyone laughed at Tyler for deciding to draft Tarzan. They all thought that with how badly Tarzan's past experience in team environments had gone, he would crumble under the pressure yet again. Their amusement was short-lived. Tyler's team destroyed every team it went versus. Nobody stood a chance. With X Special's shot calling and Soligo's ability to play off jungle, every game was a complete stomp. Shadow Dogs went on to win the finals versus Nightblue's team and take the first place trophy. However, Tarzan didn't seem to have as great of a performance as he did in the previous games, and even seemed to be lower energy than usual. After ending the Discord call with his team, Tarzan went on to tell his Twitch chat that an hour prior to the final game, he received an email notice stating that he was to be banned for 30 days for allegedly harassing and berating another League of Legends player. This suspension was to take place immediately following the conclusion of the tournament. Although the events themselves were bad for Tarzan, the results were anything but. By having an emotional reaction to his ban, Tarzan showed the League of Legends community that he was a human being just like everyone else. After releasing his tweet longer, the community began to view him in a different light. People started to warm up to him more, and as a result, he went from averaging 3,000 viewers to hitting 10,000 viewers consistently. Since then, Tarzan has just been focusing on his grind. He continues to stream on Twitch and post videos on YouTube, and as of late has even made the swap from League of Legends to another MOBA called Pokemon Unite, where he has already taken the rank 1 spot. Thank you all for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell.